Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make this really pretty fluffy bow. It is roughly 6 inches, so I'll just show you, 6 inches by about 4 inches, and this is the only way that I have found that sort of stops it from fluffing and all like the edges from like fraying and like molting on a regular basis, and it's still very light. It's not like bulky and chunky and everything, and it's got a nice finish to the edges as well, as you can see. So this is what it looks like, and we are going to be using the orangey felt as well, but I also got this pink colour, and these are both from Zara Zuzu craft supplies. I'll put the link in the description below. But like I said, the easiest way to do it is literally fold your A4 sheet in half and cut straight down the centre, and you'll get 2 big bows from that. Okay, which works out, it is 8 inches by 6.5. So there's your 8, there's your 6.5. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it inside out, and we're going to fold it in. It depends which way. I'm just going to check. Yeah, we're going to fold it in half this way. So we're going to fold it the 8 inches way. So we're folding it so it's 4 inches wide now. And what you want to do is you want to get something to hold it all in place so it doesn't slip when you're moving. Now I got these little sewing clips because I'm going to start doing some more, using my sewing machine some more. I can't remember what the name of this is, but I got these from Rosie's Craft Supplies, so I'll put the link for those as well when I throw them. Don't throw them on the... So I'm just going to clip my edges so it's all nicely lined up, because we do need to do a teeny tiny bit of sewing, but it's like so basic, it's unbelievable. And I'm also just going to clip 2 up here. Like I said, just so everything stays in place. Like I said, whatever you use, as long as you know it's not going to slip or you can do it without a lot of movement, you're absolutely fine. So then I've got my Gutermann's extra strong thread, and I always double mine. And you want to choose your corner to start with, whichever side you want to do. And we want to leave a gap in the middle. We want to leave about an inch gap here for this, because this is when we're going to turn it back inside out. So from your edge, you want to start here, and then what you want to do is about a centimetre. So bring that back up. You can take your clip out now, and then go back in where you started, and then come back up a centimetre later, back down where you just came back up, and back up a centimetre the other side. And you can keep doing this, you just keep going back in where you started, and then coming back up from above a centimetre later. Like I said, it's the simplest stitch ever, but it keeps it nice and secure. It will stop it from popping it open, and it's not too complicated, but you don't want to pull it or anything. You just want to keep it nice and steady, just to seal it, so that all this bit that potentially could molt is inside the bow, not outside of it molting. Back in, and can take this clip off, back in there, and I'll show you the other side in a second. Snagged a little bit on the fluff. If that happens, you can take your needle and you sort of pull it back up. bring that back up, and then I use my finger to guide it back down. And then back where you started, up to your corner, back down where you started. When you turn, I go back up from the turn, so here, straight back up, and then you can do from there. I sort of go backwards a little bit, if that makes sense, for a minute. And you can take your top clip out. Back again, same as we did before, back where you start. And you want to do this, as you saw, about 1/2 centimetre from where the fabric all sort of joins together. Okay, so we're getting to the centre there. So this is where we want to leave that gap. So we're just going to go back down through that one, and then instead of going 1 centimetre forward, we're going to come back where we started, there, and then I do a teeny tiny little stitch and back through the loop, teeny tiny little stitch, and back up through that loop and tighten that, and then you can cut that side off. So that's that side, and this is what it looks like. There you go. And this is what the other side looks like. Not quite as neat, but it's okay because it'll all be inside. I'm just going to tidy that corner up because you could see there that wasn't quite lined up. Okay. So now we are going to get some more thread, and we're going to do the other side. You do need quite a length of thread to make sure you've got enough to go around without having to add the other side. So it's better to have more and be able to sort of cut it off, use it for another project rather than having to redo it every few minutes. And again, start this side where we've folded from above. And like I said, you want to go about 1/2 centimetre from there, back where you started. A bit too much. So from there, centimetre back up. Where you started. Centimetre back up the other side. Start point. 1 centimetre up. Start point. 1 centimetre up. And just keep going until you've done this other side. Take this clip out the way. Doesn't take long. when I'm not showing people how to do it, it takes me about 3 or 4 minutes to make the bow. You just want to make sure it's nice and tidy and that you're going through both your layers and keeping it as even as possible. The more even you've got, the like less messy it looks, even if you've made like a little error at the front, if that makes sense. Last one. And then, like I said, you just do your little stitch there. That's one. Another cute little stitch there. Cut that off. There we go. I can move those clips out of the way. And this is what you've got at the moment. Okay, and then what you do is from one corner, because I find it easier to do, push one corner up and then the other corner like this, and then you can do exactly the same this way, through that gap, one corner up, bring it up, and then push your second corner up, and then that turns it inside out. Now the other thing I do with your fingers, just where you've done your corners, just push those back so that they're all nice and even and like not. There we go. And then you have this. It reminds me of, what's it, Sugar Puffs. You can tell my age, can't you? So there you go. And you can give it a little bit of a flatten out if you want to, and obviously the gap's just underneath here, so you won't see it. Or if you wanted to, you can put a touch of glue there. It's entirely up to you. I leave it personally. Then, as you can see, because obviously your middle won't be the centre from where we started there, so you want to fold it in half, and again with your needle and thread we're going to do 6 stitches to get 3 creases. You can do 8 stitches if you want to get 4 creases. I just think 3 balances it more. Okay, and I keep it folded in half to find my first stitch. So there was my first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, your 6th one, back through that top as close to that edge as you can. Now you won't be able to see, but you can sort of faintly, so it's in there. See if I can do it. Yeah, it's very, very hard to see, but it's basically in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the back you can almost see the stitches. There's 1 here, 2, 3. Okay, so the other thing I do is, again, I fold it in half when I'm pulling the cinch, because it gives you a more accurate centre. So then you can double check that you've made sure your wrap is where it's meant to be. Make sure it's nice and balanced, because this is the other thing with the fluffy bows. If you don't get that centre, they can look very, very messy. So, because you can barely tell where the wrap is. So I wrap that around a good couple of times, and as you can see, it gets like this nice, like fluffy, even look. And then you can do a stitch. through all that fluff in the back and cut that bit off. And this is what you'll have here, and you can see where your creases would be. You know, if you've made a ribbon bow, you've got your 2 pockets here and your 2 pockets there, and that's what gives it the nice curve. And you can see your sides are even. You've got like 3.5 inches this here side and 3.5 inches that side. So I've got this clip. This is a 60 or a 2.5, because you need a slightly bigger one because it is quite bulky. Okay, take that over, put that right on the centre here, and I've got some almost matching 9mm because we're going to wrap it, make it nice and tighter. And then if you wanted to, you could just leave it like this. I added the knotted centre to give it a little bit of a different look, but you could add a scrunch, you could add an embellishment. If you've got like a nice fluffy embellishment or anything like that, that would work perfectly with these. But like I said, the reason I like it is because, like I said, it's minimum shedding and it is so light compared to some of the ones that I've seen. I tried to make one last year and it was just like a chunky, bulky mess, and it still shed everywhere. So just cut your excess off. Heat seal. Touch of glue. And then I have this matching like mustardy toned yellow ribbon here. This is 2 inch wide, and what I tend to do with mine to get a chunkier knot is I fold it in half, and this is about 18 centimeters. Yes, so this one's 18 centimeters. You can do about 18 to 20 just to get a nice knot size. So just fold it up like this, bring it between my fingers, and then you make this like fish ribbon kind of shape. Pull this through that space there, and then you twist. So from here where it starts, you twist that to get this nice pointed knot, and then with the edges line them up, trim them a little bit, don't want it on your fluff. And then again in the blue clear bit that you lighter, I just pinch it together so it seals. We'll do the same on this side. Again, just tidy it up so it's in line. Just make it easier to seal. And there you go. So there's your knot. Make sure you've got enough to wrap around, which we have, just about. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the knot side, or the flat side of the knot, there. Place that in the middle. Move the fluff a little bit out of the way so I can wrap this with minimum open this into the clip that side, and then glue this side. And there we go. A nice, balanced, lightweight, fluffy bow with minimal molting. So cute, so easy to do. It's, like I said, a super beginner stitch. It won't pop open unless somebody literally forces their fingers inside that and pulls it apart. And like I said, it's really cute. Speak to you all soon. Bye.